Bonnie Joplin, and I'm with Blush Pines Artist Alliance and the Cultural District.
Victoria Allen, business owner in town. Monica Paz, average citizen, chairperson.
Charles Dills, community at large member.
Thank you for the reminder. We're going to switch the agenda up and do the certificate of appropriateness first, and then switch to the applicants. We have had an amazing number of applications submitted for our 2 open board seats. And we were just talking about how the last time we had an open seat, we had to beg people to be on the committee. So this is so wonderful. All right. Nope, we're going to skip minutes too. All right. We're going to discussion and action. Item 5, we'll jump to discussion and action on the Teague Certificate of Occupancy. Do we have anyone from Teague here? Do we have anyone who'd like to make public comment? Does anyone on the committee have any questions about it?
I just have a question about the sidewalk. Thank you. I just have a question about the sidewalk sign. Where's it gonna be? Do you know? Sidewalk sign?
I thought there was just the painting on it and then a hanging sign.
Yeah, what I understood was, let me see if I can.
About hanging.
Wooden sign. Oh.
Yeah, I think if I understood correctly, it would be basically right in front here. So I may have misunderstood too. I'm not positive, but I thought it was going to be hanging basically right here. So underneath that awning, yeah, it's kind of in the very front part of the store.
Oh, and Victoria's right. It does say sidewalk sign, which would imply there's going to be a sign on the sidewalk.
There is just a wording thing. But it should say awning sign.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't get clarification. I could,
And that's in the, by the door.
The
It's already
chalkboard.
there.
Just like a little sandwich board?
Yeah, it's just a chalkboard.
Yeah, the little sandwich board is what
Okay.
it is.
Okay, that doesn't need to come before us. Any other questions? Do I have anyone who wants to make a motion? Do I have anyone who wants to make a motion?
I move that we approve the COA for Tammy Teague.
I second the motion.
I think Charles seconded first. All in favor, please raise your hand. Motion passes unanimously with a 6-person vote. All right, moving on to agenda item 6, which is the Tolbert Certificate of Occupancy. This one, I'm going to recommend, there are a whole bunch of things that have been requested, and I'm going to recommend we break them up individually or at least put them in clusters. Sorry, I'm trying to find it in the package, Jill. I just got it here.
Monica,
Yes, sir.
there's some handouts there on the building, history of the building.
Yeah, what, Leroy, could you actually just give us a 30-second overview of the building
All right.
as our Heritage Society member?
Well, the building was built in 1903 by John Nash. Edward Pulaski bought it in 1905. His sons bought it from the building in 1919. In 1923, it was known as Pulaski's Brothers. In 1928, grocery was added to it. I have got, you can barely see these, but if you look on there, on the top of it, you can see where the sign is, says Pulaski's and like market. It does not say grocery. So that would date it before 1923. There probably need to be more research on it, but
No, that's perfect. We were just trying to figure out how long.
right, it's been there around 1923 to 1928 rather.
The
is when
painting on the side of the
grocery
building.
was added.
Okay, because the applicant has requested to paint the entire building. And the application says, oh, paint front of building. Okay, good. Thank you. Then no issue there. Okay. Paint front. I'm glad you're here. Would you mind standing up and we may have a couple questions?
That history too. I need to come down there and talk to you about the building. I'm really curious about learning about.
I saved you a copy.
Yeah.
I
there-
saved you a copy.
So it says replace the broken plexiglass windows, which sounds like a great idea. Are you going to replace them with exactly the same style that is there now? Where the window to the right of the door, when you're facing the building, and I'm just saying this in case people don't know what the building looks like. The window to the right is one large picture window, and the one to the left is about a 1/3, 2/3 split in picture windows.
Right, so they're going to be symmetrical and as in one large window. In fact, the one that's two was I don't know, it had to have been broken at some point and replaced in that way, but I don't think that was the original intention. So my idea is just symmetrical, large windows on either side.
So the drawing that was submitted shows those broken up into 9 divided lights or 12 divided lights, 12 individual panes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is not one large window. That's not a large, so a picture window is
Oh,
one
okay.
giant piece of glass.
okay.
And then this would be called either a punch window or divided light.
Oh, I guess my builder described it differently because he's putting one big window in and then I hope to make it look like it's smaller panes because it looks kind of cute. But if that's a problem, it's intended to just be one big window.
So just for edification of the committee members, in case y'all didn't check, so Architectus book from 2019, which was created for this committee or for use by the city and this committee, recommends that for historic windows, when they are repaired or replaced, they are replaced with exactly the same kind that was originally there. If something has been changed and it's not the original look anymore, then the recommendation is to go back to the whatever would have been the original look. So that's
Okay.
just information for the committee.
I guess in this drawing, then we would just scrap the black lines and then it would just be one picture window. Because that's actually, the way my builder described it, I guess is just maybe the cheap faux way of doing it. So I'll just scrap that idea altogether and have it back to the original as you suggested.
Okay. Well, we get to vote on it as a committee. I mean, if you're wedded to this, then we would make a recommendation.
Not.
Okay. All right. We're not trying to get you to just roll over on everything. Remove the AC unit and replace with windows. I'm making notes. Remove AC. Repair window and door frames. All right. And again, repairing it with something that's similar to the existing look.
We're actually going to restore the doors as they are, using those same doors. But
Okay.
again, there's plexiglass put in where the glass used to be.
Okay.
It'll just be kind of refinishing the hardware and sanding it, cleaning it up a little bit and then just replacing the glass.
Okay.
I have a question. When you and I spoke, you said you were going to remove the screen doors. So is that still on what you're planning to do?
Yes, I think so. They're pretty beat up. I don't know if they can really be salvaged. And I don't know in the Texas heat and mosquitoes if I would really want that anyways. So I think that the plan is to get rid of them.
Leroy, just from your knowledge of our historic buildings and your work in the Heritage Society, do you know if those screen doors would have been an original element, or do you think they were added at some point later?
That I'm really not sure of. I really can't give an answer right now on that.
Okay, Michelle, I'm gonna switch to a photograph real quick, so I hope I don't lose you. I went and took photographs of the doors in case anybody wants to see what they look like now.
Yeah, I've seen them. They're pretty.
I realized I'd never actually seen the doors because the screen doors are always closed. Okay, so
So if
restore
you
the
do
doors.
remove the screen doors, is she obligated to keep them somewhere?
That's up to us. That would be up to the committee.
What do you
Man,
think,
that's an
Mike?
interesting idea, is if she removes them, just keep them stored somewhere in
In
case
case you
somebody
ever
wants
need
them
to.
later.
Replace them
Yeah.
again?
That could be done.
I know where you can put them.
And to me, they don't, I mean, I could be totally wrong, right? It's guesswork for all of us since we don't have a photograph from the early 1900s of this building. But they look to me like something that would have been added later, not something that was necessarily an original
agree.
element.
I agree. They have definitely more modern hardware on them, like the handles. So that's the only thing I have to go on. But
I did actually have some to add to that. I've been in Smithville all my life, and I actually have a picture of those screen doors being there from 1984. So I do know they go back at least 30 plus years. So I don't know if they were original, but I do know they do have a little bit of age on them for sure.
That makes me feel old. Thanks a lot for that. No. Okay, so they've been around for at least 40 years, but not necessarily the 125 or 120 odd years the building has been there.
And I think they detract from the pretty building. I don't think they do anything to make it look better at all.
Okay. And then add new business signage. And paint is just an administrative issue since you only want to paint the front and it's in a historic palette. So that's something Jill can approve. And you did provide what your sign will look like, but it didn't say in your application, are you going to paint that on the building? Are you going to hang it somewhere?
if you would go back to the drawing, it has where the Playhouse had their sign, and I'm just gonna, that white box there at the very top. I'll probably come back to you when the budget is right and have something a little fancier done at
Okay.
some point, but it's just going to be a plain font, white with black lettering in that same location that the Playhouse had. Just got to keep it simple right now.
Okay, so let's just go over the items. One, modifying the application to replace the broken windows and plexiglass windows with two picture windows of the same size on either side. Removing the AC and replacing that with a window that I assume would match the two on either side of it. Repair the window and door frames. Paint the front of the building that dark gray color. Add the business signage that you've proposed at the top where that white board is now. Remove the screen doors and restore the original doors. What color would they be? They're red now.
Yeah,
That's
I guess
okay.
I would probably
Just
do-
work with Jill on that because that would be administrative.
Okay.
I was just confused. And then new front door lighting, and you have provided examples of those. Does anyone feel at this point that we need to break those down into different votes? Or do you think we can do it all at once? Or I'll tell you, originally, there was some things I was not comfortable with it recommending, and other things I was, which is why I had suggested we break it up. But I think Ms. Tolbert has eased my concerns.
Well, I think we probably should put in that the side will not be painted. It says, because here it says the entire building will be painted.
Yeah, that's what I saw. On this, it says entire building, but then on the application, it says front of building.
Oh, did you add that? Because that wasn't part of what I had when I,
The
Submit-
entire building will be painted. That's what it said. Okay,
Entire front.
Apologies. Yeah, that might have been, I was trying to explain what that was above there.
okay.
Because we talked and I had a bit, so that entire building was my fault. It would just be the front. Yeah. So sorry, I can, yeah, just be I'll change that.
be more to
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I do not want to
for
paint
us
the
to be
side of the
alarmed over.
building.
That's why I was asking, like, well, wait a minute. What's a recommendation for unpainted brick? Because I thought we weren't supposed to paint it. So not an issue anymore.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone have any other questions or comments? Anybody got a motion?
I make the motion that we approve this certification.
May I amend? I'm the chairperson. Do you
Yeah.
want to amend it?
You amend it.
All right, I'd like to amend that motion to add that the screen doors that are removed will be retained in storage or somewhere in case they're ever needed in the future. And with the clarification that it's only the front of the building that's being painted. And the correction, I guess, or clarification that it's only picture windows that we recommend approval of, not the divided lights. Do we need to vote on that amendment first?
With an amendment.
Okay.
Do we second it?
Okay, we have a motion with an amendment. Can I have a second?
I second.
All in favor, raise your hand. Michelle's hand is up too. Motion passes. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, we're going to go back to, to my knowledge, we don't have any announcements, presentations, proclamations, or awards today. Anybody? No. So skip 2. Michelle,
Thank you, lost.
you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Okay, item number 3, discussion and action on approving the October 15th meeting minutes. Any public comment? Any motions?
I have an amendment to the minutes that I wrote. I actually put Caroline Noya as a committee member. And I meant to put her as a guest.
As a speaker, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only amendment I have.
Does anyone move to approve the minutes with that one change?
I make a motion to approve the minutes with the correction of removing Caroline Noya.
I second the motion.
All in favor, raise your hand. Michelle, is your hand up?
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm just glad I got it to you.
You didn't hear her? Carolyn Noya is up there as a, okay.
I received the minutes and so I've just reformatted it and I didn't notice that Caroline was in the wrong section or I would have moved her over. I didn't catch that because she has been, right? So anyway, but it's good. It's amended. It's fine.
All right. Approved unanimously. Now the exciting part. Item number 4, discussion and action on accepting 2 new committee members. Now, I need to remind you, we can't really approve you. We can only recommend for approval to council. The certificate of appropriateness is where we said, yes, we recommend approval, we pass. really those recommendations just go to city council. So we're an advisory body. So I think what we'll try to do is narrow things down to 2 applicants to take in front of city council at the January meeting, unless you have another idea, Jill?
No, so just to be clear, though, one is going to represent the chamber and they will nominate that person. So really, y'all have one person to recommend. You might want to do one person and an alternate. I don't know. But it's up to you, however you want to handle that. But I believe that the person who is apologies, are you the person? Yeah, so the chamber is potentially going to recommend, forgive me, your name? Mike Reynolds, thank you. Potentially going to recommend Mike Reynolds. He's kind of here to check things out and see if he'll accept their nomination probably. So, yeah. Thank you.
And then someone said, they needed somebody on the board or here, so I said I would volunteer. So they said, well, we'll see what we can do. So it's nothing definite, but we'll see how it goes.
So you are likely to, you submitted an application, I believe
did.
I saw your name in here, and you are likely to be the chamber's nominee? Okay,
Like,
so, for the moment, then, how about we remove you from this application pool for the sort of at-large citizen?
yes, I think that's
Lot.
a good idea because you got plenty of applicants and, I'm sure, you know, all of them are very qualified and
And this is exciting stuff, man. I know you want to be a part of it, right?
well, I am new in town, so I don't hardly know anybody, but I am gonna, you know, set my business here and I'm gonna work out here and, you know, if I don't make it on the chamber board, then if you need me for something, you can still call on me.
All
No
right, well,
problem.
thanks for stepping up.
Bet, thank you.
Thank you.
As I was, I'm going to open things up for comment. We do have several other applicants here, which shows a whole lot of interest that they showed up. So how would the committee feel about giving each of them a moment to speak on why, what their background is and why they want to serve?
Yes.
Okay, whoever stands up first.
Hello, I'm Les de Graffenried. I know a few of you up there, but I'm relatively new to Smithville. Been here, living here 4 years, and then bought our little house at the end of Short Street that backs down onto the Colorado River about 7 years ago. I'm a native Texan, practiced law in Austin for about 10 years, and then joined the U.S. Diplomatic Service and lived overseas for 30 years and representing the U.S. government. And then my wife and I were looking for a compromise to get us close to Austin, where we both grew up, but not in Austin. So, and we knew, had good friends from Smithville going way back to elementary. Both of us did, going all the way back to elementary, junior high school, and even at Austin High School. Since I've been here for 4 years, I've primarily been working on my house, and I am fully retired. I am on the Bastrop County History Museum Board already, which I enjoy a great deal, and involved in Rotary in Bastrop County. I just feel like, you know, serving the city and offering myself up to help. I've been on lots of different boards throughout my life and am on several other boards. So I'm just offering my services, and I think there's other really well-qualified people as well, even though I don't know them. So if you feel like I could help, please count me in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, who's up next?
Hello, I'm Erin Cornett, and I'm also new in town. Although I've already met a couple of you too. I am a historian by training. I have a bachelor's and a master's in American Cultural Studies, American Studies. So I know a little bit about general historic architecture and the importance of maintaining all of it for future generations. I was a textbook editor. I served on the board and elected committees at Co-op Radio there in Austin I was with the radio station for 13 years and did a lot of volunteer work and board work with them and committee work. And I also worked for the Texas Senate, so I'm really familiar with how to, as an editor, so I'm really familiar with how to read ordinances and read statutes and really understand them. I don't know, that's about it.
No,
Thank you.
wait, aren't you a volunteer with the Heritage Society?
Yeah, that's pretty key, isn't it? Yeah, I'm a volunteer with the Heritage Society here in town. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Last up.
I'm Mary Cartwright, and you should choose one of them. Seriously, I think it's great that you have so many volunteers this time. Please call on me when you have an opening where you have to beg people to come, and I will come and help you, and happy to do that. But these individuals are very, very well qualified, and you should choose one of them.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll consider that a withdrawal of the application during this round. And so we have Ben, so now we're down to 5, with Les being a if you need me. So Brian Burkett, who is not here, I don't believe. Aaron Cornett, who spoke. Jenny Lewis Ford, who is not here. Mike Reynolds, we heard from, and he may be here from the chamber. Les DeGraff and Reed. Mary Cartwright has withdrawn. And Mike Pot, I'm pronouncing that wrong.
I think that one is Anna Meineke. And she said that she would prefer to be on the Parks Board once that comes up. So I don't want to say that as a, like she's not withdrawing, she's still interested, but she did mention a preference to be on the Parks Board.
Okay. All right. Does anybody have any thoughts, comments, questions for our applicants?
Would it be appropriate to give a comment on someone?
If you're going to give comment on someone, this is the time.
All right. Erin works with the Heritage House. She volunteers there, and she is the one that if you ask her to do something, she'll bend over backwards to do it. We had an opportunity to try to get a LCRA grant. She was able to put the whole thing together in less than a week's time. It took me 2 years to do it when I tried the first one. She is amazing on ideas, and she's just a go-getter.
Thank you. Since we're giving thoughts, I know Erin too. Erin joined the Yarn Bombers. Not that that's like some, real high society thing, but she is very community minded and has a very cooperative and curious personality. Anybody else have thoughts? If not, I really need a motion. Since I'd love to make one, but I don't think I can.
Erin sounds great.
So Les votes for Erin. Thank you. Really, this is a committee decision, right? So.
I'd like to make a motion to recommend Erin for the committee.
I second the motion.
All in favor, raise your hand. Passes unanimously with 6, or recommended unanimously with 6 votes. All right. I do not believe we have anything else on the agenda. So unless somebody else has something to say.
Do we have a date for our next meeting? Is it January still?
Yeah, your regular quarterly meeting, this was an off quarterly meeting because of the COAs that came in. So next month would be your first quarterly meeting for the new year. So if you, of course, if nothing comes up and you don't need to meet, but I would recommend maybe putting it on the agenda that you all put it, make sure that you're ready, able to be there for the quarterly meeting. And then if it turns out that there's nothing to talk about, we'll just call it off. We'll go to the next quarterly meeting. So it'd be January, April. So if there's nothing to meet in January, and then there's nothing comes up between February, March, and then April would be the next meeting, that would be your next meeting would be in April. And again, if nothing comes up on your schedule, then you can, if there's nothing to talk about, there's no reason to meet. But just as long as y'all have those quarterly meetings on your calendars.
That would be January 21st.
All right, everybody mark the calendars for January 21st, and Jill will remind us because she's awesome like that. And the meeting is now adjourned.